Mr. Dawe, thank you very much for your time.
It's very good to be with you, Bryan, and good evening.
Can you explain to me the legal process we're seeing with the David Hicks trial?
Yes, well, Mr. Hicks has now, of course, pleaded guilty to providing material support for a terrorist organisation.
But Mr. Dawe, wasn't pleading guilty the only way he was going to get home?
Bryan, I would have thought if you plead guilty to something, it's because you did it.
And what if you plead not guilty?
Well, if you're going to lie on oath, Bryan, they're going to chuck the book at you. I wouldn't advise you to do that. That could be dangerous.
OK, so can you explain the legal process to us?
Yes, the auspices here, Bryan, are those of a US-constituted military commission. Have you seen the artist's impressions drawings that have been in the... Yes, now that's very much the situation as you see it.
And this is David Hicks here, isn't it?
That's David Hicks there. This is the judge over here.
Yeah. This is Major Maury.
Major Maury, yes, indeed.
Yeah. Who's this here?
That there, Bryan, is the white rabbit. Slightly blurred because he's running late.
Right. And where's Alice?
Alice is over here, Bryan.
Oh, behind the Red Queen,
Behind the Red Queen, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Indeed.
OK, so how does it all work? I mean, this is not coming under US law, is it?
No, well, Bryan, this is a constituted, slightly different jurisdiction. It's a US military commission that's being conducted in a jail in Cuba.
And how is it different?
Well, whereas normally, Bryan, you would be charged with something and then you would be tried, and if you were found guilty, you would then be sentenced.
And how's this one different?
Well,
then?
in this case, slightly different jurisdiction, Bryan. You serve your sentence.
Yeah.
And then after some years of that, you're charged. And then perhaps you're tried.
And what are you charged with?
Oh, anything. I mean, in this case, perhaps, providing material support for a terrorist organisation.
Yeah. And where do you serve your sentence?
In a room about sort of this by this, Bryan. It's very attractive, affording excellent vistas of the toilet, for example.
And when are you tried?
You're tried after you're charged, Bryan.
Right, and this is after you've served your sentence?
Having served the majority of your sentence. For some years, it may be 5 or 6 years.
And what do you do when you're charged?
Oh, you plead guilty, Bryan.
Why do you plead guilty?
Because you've already served your sentence. You don't want to be tried, Bryan. You've
of course
probably
not.
had enough by then.
Yeah, you want to go home.
Time to go home, Bryan,
Yeah. Novelty's worn off.
Yes, the thrill is gone, Bryan.
The thrill is gone.
Let's get out of here.
So why didn't the Australian government get him out, Mr. Dawe?
Well, everybody is entitled, Bryan, to a fair trial. That is a fundamental right.
Mr. Dawe, thanks for your time.
Now, you just plead guilty, Bryan, and I think I can get you out of here.